Jethro Kitty says, if you want to talk about something very much trending, check out Kanye West DJ Academic's interview.
Nope, not doing it.
I believe in myself so much that somehow I'm going to bend the world to my will. And with a broken fucking jaw wired shut, I can't be stopped. And I'm going to say that thing that captured the energy of that moment so well, no one is going to hold me back. Now, we're not there culturally anymore. But what he represented at that moment was the world is beginning to turn against me. And I feel this weight. I can't name it yet. I don't know what it is. But the corporate machinery of even Jay-Z's Rock Nation is making me feel like a little kid put in the corner. And even though I've made all this music for him, the second I want to rap, nobody will listen to me. And people are making fun of me because I won't let it go. But he wouldn't let it go. And by having that bravado and that confidence, he was able to break through and get culture behind him. And that's what we all needed at that moment of like, I'm not going to let this corporate machine stop me. I'm an individual genius and I'm going to fucking shine. And then at some point he lost the plot. And that makes me so fucking sad. The very sad truth is, we eat artists up and we move on. Now, many of them get rich for their contributions, but they're all going to be forgotten. And for somebody who wants that attention, being forgotten is way worse than losing your money. You're not wrong to say he is behaving like the child in Walmart.
Kind of like COVID. When COVID first dropped, it got the old
like
people.
An album.
Yeah, it got the old people. And then it expanded to this healthy people. And then we found out there's some people who are 17 who are dropping dead. And there's some people who are 47 who beat it 3 times. And it kind of went from culture to culture, community to community. When Kanye first released, he was a black sheep, even within the hip hop community, because he didn't wear a chain. He didn't have a jersey on. So he was weird. And then he proliferated that group. Then he proliferated pop culture because I'm just a rapper. Rappers aren't allowed to be pop. Then he proliferated and got that there. Then it was George Bush doesn't care about black people. Wait, you're not allowed to say that on the news. And then we got a black president. And now everybody's caring about black people all of a sudden. And then it went to every year he kind of does the next thing. He was supporting Trump. You're not allowed to support Trump. Now there's a whole bunch of black Trump supporters. It's not even a thing anymore. White lives matter. You're not allowed to say that. White lives didn't matter. He keeps saying, he's saying the same thing even now. Jews are profiting off of black death, but if I say I'm a Nazi, it's bad. Kanye's right. In everything he said, he's been right since the you don't got all the answers sway conversation. He was arguing with Jimmy Kimmel over joggers. How many people in here have a pair of joggers? Everybody?
Nope.
That's why he was mad, because he came up with the, like, it's a crazy idea when you think about it, like, wait, joggers was a Kanye thing? It's crazy. That's why he was so upset. So in all these things, even with the Ku Klux Klan hood, he's absolutely right that it's ridiculous that the Ku Klux Klan hood still strikes fear in people. It's people holding on to history. You want us to never forget about 9/11, but we have to forget about slavery. You want us to respect the privacy of Jews and not be anti-Semitic, but you can sign a black artist who will kill his entire community and sell them drugs. There's all these contradictions that he's keep pointing out. People don't really want the truth. People want to hear what they...
On this show, we do.
People want to hear what you've been told.
I am perfectly willing to go down in flames if we were saying what we believe to be true.
Yes.
I'm not okay to rise if I'm saying things that I think are bullshit. So you didn't want to talk about this because you think it's bad for the show? I am trying to map you. I cannot figure out why you didn't want to talk about this.
No, this is not a bad for the show thing. It's just because to me, the level of conversation we need to have about Kanye, we're not having.
Here we are. Cameras are rolling. Let's have the conversation.
I just had it.
That was fucking awesome. So, Drew, okay, so now I'm like, I really have to figure out how to map this moment because I don't understand it.
Okay.
I'm Tom, I'm writing you as a character. The following things make your behavior just now make sense. I think this is bad for the show. And my job as a producer is to make sure that we don't invite hate upon the show. I'm already behind the scenes trying to get Tom to stop talking positively about Elon. He fucking won't. So I'm really not bringing him into the Jew thing. So like, fuck that noise. We are not talking about Kanye. Cool. That would make sense. Yeah. I would still argue it, but that would make sense. Option number 2, I don't want to die of an accidental overdose. I would get that. Cool. So you don't want to go to bat for where Kanye's at. But the one thing that doesn't make sense, because you hear me off camera, the one thing that doesn't make sense is people can't handle the truth. What?
Okay. How can I say this articulately in one sentence so we don't fractal?
But
Too late?
no. Hold on.
No,
This
I'm just
fractal,
kidding.
I'm fucking here for. This, I feel betrayed by the use of the fractal button right there. Like this is the very thing that makes this show what this show either is going to be, and we're going to keep doing it, or we can't fucking face this and fuck the show. I couldn't care less. I'm already fucking rich. I am not a person who needs attention. I want it. I won't lie, because it's super fucking useful, but I don't need attention. So we either confront the hard shit, and that's why people come here, or fuck the show. So listen, if you're worried that you're going to die of an overdose, I will back the fuck off. But if that isn't it, now's the time.
The emotional coddling of certain cultures in America, they would have to fundamentally look at their identity and let it go in order to understand the entire truth of it, that it hurts them. And I think that
Now you have to be specific.
No, because it's a culture. It's an emotional culture.
Yep. American, white, what culture are we talking about?
I can't even say American, because now it's globalism. So it's a culture that's surrounded. The
West.
Yes, but it's not even that broad. It's a very hyper-specific culture that started as the Kanye had a quote, "I have the confidence of a young white man." And it was like a running joke. Like,
that's fucking awesome.
That was the identity, until that culture then proliferated to certain sects of black culture, certain sets of white culture. There's white women that are capping for Kanye. Like there is now, it's not just a skin tone or ideology. But that's not the actual fractal. The fractal that I'm like afraid to go down is the Kanye is right, but it's a truth.
Yeah, be very specific, because people are going to play him in a Klan hood with you on a loop saying Kanye is right.
Yes.
So what is Kanye right about?
The Klan hood is the 2025 equivalent of slavery is a choice. Some of them want to abuse you. Some of them want to be used by you. Some people just want to be.
One of the greatest lines in of all time.
Yes. Some people just tell me what to do, tell me where to go, tell me where to show up, feed me, fuck me, and put me to sleep. And that's their life, and that's all they want. They don't want a critical think. They don't want to think the hard thing. They don't want to look into their inadequacies. They're running from the problem. There's all these things that are happening that people actively want. So when you have somebody like Kanye who's ringing a bell that you're forcing me to think about things I don't want to think about, it makes me uncomfortable. And that was the George Bush doesn't care about black people. That was slavery was a choice. That was him wearing the Trump hat. Kanye wearing the Trump hat fundamentally broke a couple people, because it's like, wait, you're black. You're not allowed to like Trump because Trump is a Nazi. And then so now let's get into the specifics of the Klan hood. Yeah. So I saw it, and a part of me died inside, because I felt like we are now at the point where I wouldn't even interview Kanye, because I'm just like, he's lost the plot. That's how it felt to me. Yeah. You're giving me such a radically different take. You have pierced my frame of reference. The Ku Klux, is the swastika chain where
I never saw it. So I didn't have it, but yes, I would have the same.
That's the same reaction.
The level of absurdity is, for my frame of reference, is so extreme that I'm like, okay, now you're trying to do a thing to get attention, and maybe you'll push through this. But once I saw that, and then technically I didn't see it, but I heard about it, and technically it's diamonds on both sides or some crazy shit like that. That's funnier for some reason. And then I saw the Klan hood, and you can hear like he's muffled, the way that he talks and all that. And he was just talking about, I'm the closest thing to God we have on earth. Oh my God. So that is someone who feels like one of the people that really fought a fight that they loved was like permanently wounded. Like he's paralyzed. He's never going to be able to help culture again. That's how I felt. But you're saying, no. This is a continuation of the same thing. This guy always finds the thing that we're not allowed to talk about. So now, Drew, given that you are not leaning in, I'm not even looking at chat. I can see it moving. I'm so afraid.
Oh, it's Zoom.
I don't want to look at it either.
So, but real fast, we'll finish this in the chat. We will take whatever our lumps are, because I can only imagine people feel some kind of way about this. What is the thing that I should learn from what he's trying to do, maybe in a way that is so outlandish that I can't be associated with it, but I would like whatever wisdom can be extracted from my words, the mania.
I don't think there's wisdom in it. I don't think it's something that universally needs to be adopted, but I think that the bell that he is ringing currently is that the same level of protection that we give to certain cultures is not given across the board. That's why White Lives Matter was a thing, where now
Sorry, say that the what that we give to
certain
cultures?
protections that we give certain cultures.
Got it.
Is not across the board.
And this is about Jewish people. So we're overly protecting Jewish people, and we don't do the same thing to other cultures.
I'm not saying we're overly protecting, but there is a certain class of protection that happens to the Jewish population that doesn't happen to other cultures.
Got it.
And then when he talks about being anti-Semitic, he gets canceled. He was talking about killing people. He was talking about drugs. Nothing happened to him. As soon as he talked about a Jew, he got canceled. He lost his record endorsements, things like that. So the point that he was making in that is like, it's okay for me to negatively disparage Black people, to break up Black communities, to do everything I can hard to these certain types of people. Nobody cares. But once I do it to Jews, now it's a problem. Now I'm anti-Semitic. Now we need to stop and protect it.
Right.
On the separate tangent, slavery is a choice tangent, it's the fact that we are letting ideas radically impact us now in 2025 that kept us paralyzed before. When Black people seen a Klan hoodie that was fundamentally a representation of somebody coming to kill you. That was the devil in physically manifested. They're hanging you from a tree. They're burning your house. They're bombing your communities. Argue with yourselves in the chat. That's where picnic came from. Pick a nigga. So it's
seriously?
Yes. They used to hang up people on stuff and eat. You could take, there's still pictures.
I'm going to need a fact check on that one, but let's not derail. Far more interesting things are being said.
100%.
That's crazy.
Kenya Barris had a show, Blackish or something like that, or Black something on Netflix.
There was a show called Blackish.
The one on Netflix with Rashida Jones, where he went through culture and went to the basis, how everything in culture came from slavery, and people hated the show. But it was that same type of thread that like, we think we got over these things, but we put a wound on a Band-Aid on top of a wound, then we put a hoodie on, then we surgically stitch skin on top of it, and we're like, yeah, we're good. It's never been there before. But if you kind of start picking through the culture and getting to the root of things, you realize a lot of the stuff is innate to our evolution, to our barbarianness, to our Genghis Khan moment. And America has that. It's just, it's not as seen in other countries. That was the different. But getting back to Kanye specifically, the reason he's using the Klan hood now is he's trying to take that back, just like he took back the N-word, just like he's doing all these things. Again, I don't agree with him. I understand him because it's the same thing he's always been doing. I've been called Drew Conf in the chat. It's official.
Selena Meyer, I agree with your comment. 100%.
Having a naked woman is a mirror to our corn society.
She's trying not to say porn.
Oh.
I think she's a government op sent in to watch for him.
I'm being trolled right now, right?
No.
I see
you actually believe that?
Like I only put my tinfoil hat on. I feel like someone was sent in to watch over him, and she just appeared out of nowhere. They got married real quick, fell in love.
I have the opposite take. I feel like his ex-wife is also parading herself around naked. And
who's the ex-wife? Oh my God! I forgot they were married.
Kim Kardashian. And he doesn't parade her around naked. She's paraded around naked. That's his type. He like naked women. His girl before that, Amber Rose, she was a stripper. She was literally parading herself naked around.
I forgot all of these people that he's been with.
Some people have types.
Yeah.
He like naked chicks. That's his thing.
Hey,